Hey guys, I'm Morthadon bringing you Boruto episode 25, I believe. Yes, 25. So, I guess, okay, so I haven't set it for this one yet. I told you guys last time that I wouldn't mention my Patreon again in the beginning of the episode, but really fast, I wanted to point out that I had an issue where it was only letting people sign up at the beginning of the month. I think I fixed the problem. I don't know if anybody tried to sign up and saw that and was like, forget it, but if you did, that's why I fixed it, although it's close to the end of the month, so I'm sure no one wants to sign up right before they're about to charge again anyway, because Patreon charges at the beginning of every month, which is kind of annoying, actually. I would much prefer the other way, but whatever. That's all I wanted to say real fast. Um, I'll save the rest of the Patreon talk for after the episode way at the end. But, uh, so episode 24. Also, real fast, I do have some other stuff running on my computer that might be taking up some resources. So hopefully nothing happens recording this episode. But if things look jumpy or if anything's wrong with it, let me know if you notice any issues in the comments, and I will make sure I never have this stuff running while I record again. It's kind of experimental. I hate experimenting with new stuff, but I'm curious if I'm able to record while this runs in the background. But yeah, so episode 24 was, it was one of those fillery sort of plot development episodes where we got some, like, some more character depth. We got some more outlook on, Sarada's dream. We saw her, actually, it wasn't just all talk, we actually see her training for it and everything, which is pretty cool. Because sometimes in shows they're like, oh, I want to do this, but then they're spoiled about it, like, they're just privileged protagonists that just, like, have it handed to them. But she's actually, putting in the work, and she realizes she has to work hard for it, which is awesome. And then we had the 5 Kage Summit, where we got a little more information on the stuff. One thing I did notice that I missed, I don't know how I missed it. I think I was talking about another thing that was said, and they said the White Zetsu. I remember them talking about the White Zetsu, but I missed one line where they said they were there before there were shinobi, I believe they said. Which means, does that mean all of those White Zetsu that, who was it that had that army in Naruto? Was that, I can't remember if it was Toby. I don't want to, like, I'm guessing no one would be spoiled because no one would, whatever. I'm just going to call him Toby, even though I know that's not his real name. I guess that kind of spoiled, but, well, not really. Anyway, I call him Toby. I forget if he's the one that made that army, or I believe so, because Toby had that army, and then that's because I was thinking it was either Toby or, oh, why can I never remember his name? He was just in, like, the end of the last arc. Shoot. I can't remember. It's the guy that's always with Orochimaru, or was, and then became, like, Snake Man after Orochimaru died, and all that stuff. I talked about not saying spoilers, and then I say all that. Kabuto. Was it Kabuto? I believe it's Kabuto, sorry. This is getting really derailed. I wasn't sure if he was the one that had the army, but I'm pretty sure he did the reincarnations, and Kabuto, and Toby had the army, and they came together and worked together. Either way, is that implying that all of those White Zetsu weren't actually made by, like, Toby and prepared? They were already there, like, underground? Or was the existence of, like, the White Zetsu, like, half or whatever, like those were just clones of what already existed before? I don't know. That was interesting. I want to touch base on it a little bit because I didn't touch base on it at all in the last episode because I missed that that one little key point about it being them existing before there were shinobi. Very interesting stuff, but I've talked enough. Let's get into episode 25. So you guys are going to click the Vimeo link down in the description like usual, and you're going to go there, watch my reaction, and then you can come back here and watch my thoughts, theories, predictions, all that good stuff. So go ahead and click that Vimeo link right now, guys. Oh no, preview, shoot, fuck, Alrighty, guys, so that is the end of episode 25. So it was. There's no denying it was a slower episode. We had. I mean, unless this is an arc, we don't have any information on the next arc. There wasn't any, like, really plot development, so I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is gonna be a mini arc. It's gonna be like a few episodes, maybe, of like those thugs picking a fight, you know, the class beating them up, maybe, and then they go home, and then like the actual like bigger arc starts. I could be wrong. This very well could be the next arc. Maybe there's like something big here, and it's going to be a lot more like serious. Like I didn't take those like thug kind of guys seriously. That one was really fast, but the other one was really goofy looking. So I kind of took that as like they're just punks. They might come in again, and Boruto will probably beat them up, and that's gonna be the end of it. Like I don't think it's gonna be anything on the level of like the bridge fight in Naruto, where it's like very like crazy. But maybe it is. Who knows? I don't. I won't know until I watch the other episodes. Anyway, um, but yeah, so I felt like there was some stuff I wanted to talk about this episode, but I think the discussion isn't going to be crazy long this time, just because a lot of the stuff I wanted to talk about, I talked about in the episode because there wasn't like a crap ton going on. So I'll briefly touch up on the fact I said it during the episode, but I'm thinking this whole field trip is because we see that the kids still kind of view the village, like the Blood Mist village they called it, they still view it as that, and they haven't seen it, so they haven't been able to like accept it, kind of stuff. And whatchamacallit. And so I think the whole plan for bringing the kids there, and there might be field trips to other lands, or maybe like other classes go to other lands, is to kind of like unify the nations even more. And like, it's kind of like with, I guess it's sort of like, I don't want to compare it to it because like I don't want to like offend anybody, but it's kind of like racism, like when when slavery was abolished. I'm sure there was a very long, well, I shouldn't say I'm sure, I know there was a very long period of time where like technically everyone was equal, but there was still the people that didn't believe that, like mentally in their heads, even though on a legal level it was supposed to be that way, and it took time for people to move past it. And I think that's just kind of how this is too. Like the kids might spend the time here, they might have a good time, and realize this village isn't too bad. I mean, granted, they did run into these thugs, and if there is further conflict, that might make them waver, but we'll see. Maybe maybe these are just thugs, and the guy escorting them, forget what's his name, like Kagura or something like that. Maybe he'll do something like extreme to protect the kids, and they'll be like, okay, so not everyone is bad in this village, kind of thing. Maybe that's a possibility. But yeah, so earlier on in the episode, I guess, shoot, I'm trying to think of like more to say. Like, I want to talk more about this episode, but there's not like a whole lot to unpack. It's cool seeing how much technology they have. Like, I know they're in like a futuristic. They have like movies. They have like, TVs and everything. We saw the airships. So like the whole big yacht, like giant boat thing was pretty cool. And I mentioned everything looks so bright now, and like I don't know why, but I get the super Pokemon vibes. Like that place they went to, like I just get the insane vibes of like this is right out of like Pokemon. Um I'm not saying that Boruto copied Pokemon, I'm just saying like the design reminds me of it. But yeah, it's very interesting seeing all their technology now. Um and also I think the guy that does those movies, I don't remember the name of the movies that they talked about, the movies in the show, that the that the Kagura guy was a fan of too. It's cool seeing like they have these movies and they get to other lands and the other lands can watch the movies, and I think that originated in the Leaf because we had the whole like we had a few episodes with that character when he was controlled by like the evil Nue, you know, aura stuff, chakra or whatever. And so I'm guessing since he was there, although he could just be shooting there and he might be from somewhere else, either way, he might not be from there, and people still are fans of him, which is also another way to bring them together. Like, you know, oh, he's, I love this movie, and he's from the Leaf. Maybe the Leaf isn't all that bad. That sort of thing. It's kind of cool. I guess a lot of the theme of this episode is showing how the other lands view each other, even though they are at a time of peace, and they said it in the beginning of the episode where they said people are having a hard time believing the war is over, and that I think that's just what it is. Like, all the lands were at each other's throat for forever, and now they're friendly with each other. It's a different concept. It's I guess it's hard. I can't. Well, I'm sure there's stuff to compare it to in our world, but I'm not good at coming up with comparisons like that. Um, but I can understand. Like, it's hard from my point of view to fully grasp their feelings, but I understand when something you've believed in your whole life changes, and then suddenly like everything's different and all that. It definitely is an adjustment period, and even though it has been a while, even like the younger kids, they still hear the rumors, and it's almost reminiscent of Naruto in the beginning when people, like the kids, didn't know exactly what was up with Naruto, but the parents just said to like stay away from him because of the fact that he had the nine tails in him. All you could hear the parents rumoring, and the kids would pick up on that, and or sometimes the parents said it directly to him, like don't go near that kid. But then like the other kids started talking, and like it's situations. So yeah, I guess that's just part of the part of just how things go. But I like that social aspect. Like it adds a lot of realism to the show, I suppose. Where like that's the kind of thing that happens in real life. Like they actually go into that kind of depth in the show. And it makes it feel a lot more realistic, I guess, for it being an anime. It I guess it gives you more immersion into the world that they're in. But yeah, I don't really know what else to talk about for this episode. I'm interested to see what happens next episode and how long this arc is gonna be. I'm either thinking it's going to be a mini arc, which can basically be 2 episodes, or 2 or 3 episodes, maybe four. Anything more than 4 episodes, I might start to consider it an arc personally. I don't know what other people go for benchmarks like that, but I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing more, and maybe we'll get some hints at the next big arc if this isn't a big arc soon too. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know I mentioned some Patreon stuff at the beginning, but I didn't mention the fact that if you want uncut, timer-based reactions, you can go check out my Patreon. You can get those there. I will be adding more features as I come up with ideas and stuff to implement. Right now it's kind of bare bones. And if you want to subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff, I haven't mentioned subscribing in a while, so you can go ahead and do that too, if you enjoy my content. And we will be back next week for episode 26. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.